So as you guys know, I've been kind of changing up what I'm doing blogging-wise on the website and trying out different cameras and different situations and how to record stuff. And a really bizarre, weird thing happened to me today. I woke up this morning and I was thinking about, man, how am I going to film this and where would I put my camera angle and what camera I'm going to use? And then I came up with this funny thing where I was going to do this little Mr. Rogers skit where I walk in, unknowingly knowing that you guys are watching on the camera and hey, won't you be, please won't you be my neighbor? So after I thought about this, on with my day, getting ready to leave to go to work, I wanted to check my emails before I left, and I came across a Pro Sound News email that was just an update of industry information. And it talks about how this engineer passed away. And we see these all the time in the magazines. And so I'm reading this article. This is literally 10 minutes after I just, thought about what I was doing with the filming today. And it talks about this audio engineer, and he was Emmy, nominated or won. And during the filming of this movie, he tragically fell to his death by falling over a balcony. And they don't know if he had a heart attack or whatever, but, this tragic thing happened, and that, And so I'm reading on, and it says it's a Tom Hanks movie, and it's about the life of Fred Rogers. And I'm like, what? I haven't thought of, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood in literally 20 years. Here I am thinking about doing this skit about it, and then 10 minutes later, I'm reading this email, and it's about Fred Rogers, which I just thought was bizarre. It's kind of this weird intuition thing that happens to me every once in a while. So over the years, stuff like this has happened to me every other week. There's weird stuff happening, and but one of the once or twice a year, there's something really huge, and one of the biggest ones I remember. This is 15 years ago. So I was kind of going through a format change in my studio, and so I was getting rid of a bunch of master tapes. Getting them back to clients because I had all these DATs and DTRS tapes and all these things on file, and there's only so much room you could have, even though they're not 2-inch tapes, thank God. But so I'm calling up all my clients, and I'm like, hey man, I got all your tapes. I'm going to drop them off at the store because a lot of my clients worked at music stores, stuff like that. And so there was a guy who traveled, and I also worked for a duplication company at the time, and he was looking to get 100 cassettes. This is before CDs. This is before internet. This is before cell phones. This is a long time ago. I think beepers was just the in thing at the moment. So this guy was traveling through town, touring the whole U.S., and he stopped in on Tucson. He needed to get an updated demo and wanted to get 100 cassettes. And so when he was going to do that, he called up the duplication company. He said, hey, is there a reputable studio in town that I could, get a quick demo? He's like, yeah, call Jim up. So this guy comes down, and probably hour and a half, 2-hour session. It was really quick. Made a DAT master for him. DAT master went to the duplication house. He made his 100 cassettes. Boom, boom, boom. Well, I guess he took off. Never took his master, so the duplication house gave me the master. I put it on my shelf. It's there for 3 years. I don't remember the guy's name or whatever, but it's on the DAT. So here I am cleaning everything out, and I grab this DAT, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, I don't know what this is. And so I pop it in, and I'm like, oh, this is that guy. I'm not good with names, but I'm good with hearing stuff and knowing what it is. And I pop it in, I'm like, oh, that's that guy that was touring and popped in for 5 seconds, did this demo, and went on. I'm like, I don't have his number. There's no way to look him up on the internet, whatever. And I toss it in the trash. So I go on cleaning and doing a bunch of stuff. And 10 minutes later, I walk back over to the trash can, and I pick that tape out of the bin, and I stick it back up on the shelf. Why? I don't know. Literally 2 days later, I get a phone call from this guy, out of the blue, and he's like, hey, 3 years ago, I was touring, and I did this little quick demo. My name is blah, 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 blah. Do you have that master still? And I was like, what? It's crazy stuff like that happens to me all the time. So that's my story of the day. Please check out purewaveaudio.com. Check out the products that we offer. We have tons of information on our YouTube channel, which you're on right now. And please subscribe and hit the notification button. These Story of the Days are not going to be any kind of sequence or special, release. It's just whenever I have a thought, I'm going to throw out one of these every once in a while on a random day. And hopefully you like the stories. We get a little more personable. But let me know if you have any comments. Talk to you later. Have a great day.